Dillon in the details here, aka the brass tacks. Now let's get down to it. What do we ask ourselves in a post-Cyberpunk 2077 world? Is what I'm seeing real? When you see a gameplay trailer, no matter how much gameplay there is, no matter how good it looks, you ask the question, right? Well, I hope you do at least. If you're not asking that question, then you probably should be. And if you're new to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe and the like, because when we talk about it, I am not trying to drag Harry Potter. I'm not a fan. The reason I'm talking about it is because it's an open world game, and that's something I like to cover most on the channel. When it comes to the open world genre, it's freedom. It's 100% freedom. I love that. Being in a sandbox where you can just go to and fro as you please, at your leisure, at your pace. That's what I love. Open world games, I cover them no matter what. Even if it's a Harry Potter game, I'm still going to look into it. I'm not a big Harry Potter fan, but this isn't just about Harry Potter. It's about wizards and magic and exploring this big open world? Now, as a fan of open world games, not so much Harry Potter, but a fan of open world games, I took a look at Hogwarts Legacy. Of course I had to. I mean, damn, almost 10 million views at this point, probably more now that this video is posted, but let's get real here. It looks magnificent on the outside. It looks pretty damn good, right? Everything except the combat and collecting those plants, and it just, at that point, it starts to look like a mobile game. And let's not mix words here. It looks like a mobile game where you're just constantly, mashing the same button or, building up your plant empire, which really it's the same old, same old. It's like the mechanic of creating your own potions hasn't evolved since Skyrim, and I think it was fine back then for what it was, and if we're doing the same thing these days, I think that's a little bit cringe, don't you? Well, maybe you don't, but let's just get real here. It's not just about grinding up a bunch of plants in this game. It's not just about going out into the world on a broom. To me, it all looks suspicious. You put a HUD on that trailer, maybe I'll feel a little bit better about it, but frankly, what is the question we have not asked ourselves? How about this? What consoles is this game coming to? All of them. Yes, from PC to Nintendo Switch. And let me underline Nintendo Switch for you. Nice red ink. Bold and upfront, I think this game running natively on the Nintendo Switch is the biggest red flag I could pull out of the barrel. Now, when it comes to the Nintendo Switch, I'm a proud owner myself. Proud, I use that term lightly, but at the same time, I do love Nintendo in a certain way. Now, it's not an unconditional love I have for Nintendo, no, it's a conditional love where if they don't provide more, if they don't give us a new console, it's gonna be like joke season on Nintendo for the rest of their existence. They are just going to be a step behind forever. But the problem here is, look at games like Dying Light 2, delayed to the Nintendo Switch and not spoken of probably since. I don't even know if that game's coming. But the reality is also, that was running on the cloud. This is going to run natively, supposedly, on the Switch. And if you're talking about this game, an open world Harry Potter where you're flying around on a broomstick, anywhere you want, people going to and fro as they please, a day-night cycle, it doesn't look like this game is possible on the Nintendo Switch. You know why? One of my favorite games that's now coming to the Xbox Series XS and Xbox One and PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 from what I can tell. It's No More Heroes 3, a game with very few open world mechanics, but it does have an open world part to it, where it's you driving through the city to this area, to that area, getting into fights, you have like this apartment. It's a game I can't wait to play on these systems because Nintendo Switch is too underpowered. It runs at like 9 frames a second when you're driving that motorcycle through the city. It's not even a big part of the game, it's mostly just a fighting game, but they include this open world element and you go so fast down the road that the game can't load. It's going like 9 frames a second. And I'm like, what the hell is this cringe fest simulator? I am getting tired of games that can't be powered, still going onto the Nintendo Switch, but they know, frankly, that they don't run well. I'm tired of that. Now looking at this game, Hogwarts Legacy, it's open world, right? Massive, open world, so much to do. But is there really so much to do? I don't think it's going to be like Bully. You guys make this out to be Bully 2, and it's just not. It's a hilarious thing that you say that. Look at the NPCs in the trailer. Are you kidding me? They don't have any depth. No character. They probably don't even react to you unless you're doing something crazy in the hallways. It's literally right in front of you, yet they make the trailer so hype and make you look at this and that and the third, but the reality is to the T that this game doesn't look like it's going to run on the Nintendo Switch, and it's being held back by old gen hardware. At this point, let's get to it. Series XS and PlayStation 5 are the current, the norm, and we've got to just align with that. Moving forward, I want to see exclusive non-stop. Moving forward, I don't want to see the previous generation hold back these big games. And now I'm not a big Hogwarts Legacy fan. I'm not trying to make this rise. I don't care if it does or doesn't. Because look, Portkey Games is just the publisher. You know who created this damn game? Avalanche Software. And you want to know what Avalanche Software has done? Terrible work on these games that they released annually for Disney, and I could give two shits about Disney games. They are on rails for dumb babies, and this game may be different, but even if it's different, that trailer is a fucking lie. There's no way it's going to come out and be like that to the T. Done day one? Certainly not. I've already seen graphical errors within the trailer itself. Not too big of a deal. But at the same time, you guys are seriously expecting this game from this studio to run like that? Huh. Good luck. Until next time, folks. Ta-ta.